I reference the movie Major League way too often because I know I'm dating myself. It came out in 1989.
What's a better reference you can use? I'm trying to think.
I don't think there is one because I think this is the perfect encapsulation of that Major League team. When you consider the vibes early to begin the season, and again, I know it's my favorite sports movie of all time. I think
really?
Absolutely. And baseball is the best sport for sports
I need
movies.
to hear your top 5.
I can come up with one. I'll give you one by the end of the show.
Dynamite drop-in money. That broadcast school has really paid off.
I'll tell you what. I think I'd have the sequel in there, too. Major League 2 does not drop much off Major League 1. It's a brilliant sequel. But the beauty of, like, the beginning of that movie is the montage where you can place Blue Jay fans and people in the city and the media in the shoes of those actors in the movie where they're looking at the lineup and they're like, who the hell's Ernie Clement? Who's Miles Straw? They got Leo Jimenez playing, Lou Perfido. And early in the season, you'd hear that, and you'd be like, man, these guys stink. Like, this team is going to win 65 games. They're going to be awful. Then all of a sudden, you catch a heater like this, 11 straight home wins. You've beaten up on the Yankees now 5 times in 2 weeks at home. You're 16-5 in your last 21. And all of a sudden, you get pictures like the one we just showed where Vladdy's flying in the air, and it's like, the pendulum's completely swung. Yeah. Like now everyone's back on board. The stadium's rocking.
And it's contagious.
It's completely contagious.
Right? Like you referenced going to the ballpark and things aren't going well. Misery loves company. One guy's having a bad year. He complains to someone else, and that just kind of like floats around the clubhouse. Whereas this, it's like, no, everyone's having fun. I got to bring a good attitude because I'm a part of this thing and I want to contribute. It's like, it can go either way, and it's like completely swung now, and this is permeating from the dugout to the clubhouse, obviously on the field now.
Big time.
I wonder, like, if you're in the front office, if you're, like, with the deadline so close, if you're like, man, should we kind of just leave this? Like, the vibes are so good. Or do we add, like, one piece, two? Like, how much do you do?
Well, this is, again, the ultimate. It's a conundrum, but it's a positive one. But it comes up all the time. Now, the Jays are not a juggernaut team in the sense of how they're actually built. Like, they are punching above their weight. They're clearly playing very well, and I think they continue to prove that this is likely going to continue, and they're going to be a very competitive team. But that is the question. Like, do you infuse talent? How do you consider the kind of the character of the room and the clubhouse and the dugout? And I think Bassett was talking about it yesterday. Like, you need guys that come in with the right attitude. They're going to fit in properly, which is a whole another level of due diligence that you have to do. Like, you can look at a spreadsheet and you can watch game tape and say, all right, this guy does this against lefties, that against righties, or this guy can play this position, or he's got speed on the bases, or whatever, or get lefties out, get righties out, pitch well against the Yankees. There's all these different things that you can look at from anyone's resume and make up your mind on how you feel about the player when the ball is in play. But you're referencing something very different, which is very important. Like, who are you going to bring in that's going to jump on the train with these guys and have immediately the same attitude that they seemingly all share?
Well, and there's like a trickle-down effect. You know this. Like, you know this as well. Like, when you bring someone else in, it's not just that player that's affected. It's like
someone's losing a
job. And then, like, how does that change your dynamic? And, like,
it's almost like it's same with hockey, where when you get the big fish at the deadline, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to have success and win a championship. But if you do the purposeful thing, like in your heart of hearts, you would know if you're in that lineup and you might not have like the spot solidified.
Right, you're not 100% locked in.
There's at least one guy that's like, I probably shouldn't be slotted here, but I am right now.
But everybody's being used right now. That's the thing. Right?
That's it. Like tonight, Lucas is leading off. Like, they won that game last night without Barger. Like, Barger's been probably the most positive story
on the team in homers.
Yeah, and he doesn't hit lefties. They don't even put him out there against lefties for the most part. And, tonight, obviously, he's back in the lineup. He'll hit fifth. Clement moves down. Clement's going from third to second tonight. You got Will Wagner back in the lineup. He's going to play third base. Like, it's a real... There's a revolving door.
But you're so right, Hayes. Like, this is a weird example, but I'm reminded of it while you're talking about, like, intangibles and chemistry. So, like, very early, this is way back, the David Clarkson era. Mm-hmm. And you remember how it started. Did not start well. And then he comes back, and I remember this so well. And it was in Columbus. I don't know if it was like a preseason game or what game it was. and like he was just chatting with the reporters, and he brought up that he wasn't. I'm just trying to remember it, but I think he brought up that he wasn't happy that he wasn't on the power play. And I was like, oh, man.
Not a good start.
This is
man.
not good.
Not good.
It's like
Don't
this
do
guy's
that.
already mad that he's not on the power play. It's like, oh, boy. This is not going to go
This is going to
well.
be an issue.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's it, man. Like you've got to consider all of this. Yet this team has proven to the general manager that they are worthy of getting help, because that's also the opposite side of things. Like we had John Gibbons on last week, and Gibby referenced, I think it was in 2014, where they were a pretty good team and they were in the hunt, didn't make the playoffs that year, but they chose not to do anything.
Was that the Batista said something?
Yes, and Bautista and I think Casey Janssen, maybe they both got to the All-Star game and said, well, if we don't do anything now, like this is basically a joke and we better go out and do something, and they didn't. So is it equally as deflating if you don't go out there and bolster this team? Personally, I look at the bullpen. Like I know a lot of people looking at starters. Gausman was phenomenal last night. Like that, I think that was a statement start against the Yankees coming out of the break. Again, they've won 3 in a row. He was challenging them all night. He looked great. Hoffman's been a lot better the last month. Like he really was pitching like well last night, clearly challenging guys, throwing heat, saying if you can hit it, go for it, which I like that attitude in the position he's in. Rodriguez has had a really good year. But for me, I just don't know if they're going to be able to find a starter that's going to give me more confidence than what Gausman, Barrios, Bassett are going to give me. And I think you just look at the way it sets up, even with those 3 guys. No one's going 6, 7, 8 innings in the playoff start anymore. It just doesn't happen. You're looking at twice through the rotation tops, and then you're going to move it over to the bullpen. So if you can give me an arm or two and like elite
You're talking like Clase
leverage,
or Bednar or
absolutely.
something like that?
Give me a 10 out of 10 bullpen arm that can give me 3 outs every single playoff game. I'm chasing that. That's what I'm going for. I'm all in on that.
And I think the thing with the rotation is you're probably set up well for the playoffs. It's just getting there. You're still probably looking for some Scherzer insurance.
Well,
just in case, because you just don't know. That feels like that could go at any time right now. And even though you are set up well for the playoffs, you just want to know that whenever that starts coming up, you have a chance to win, because when he's healthy and he's pitching well, you do. When the other guys are pitching, you do have a chance, especially if Gausman's pitching the way he did last night, where he went, talk about going after guys, he went after Judge.
Yes, he did.
He did not back down at all. He was throwing fastballs right down the middle. He reached back, hit 97 at one point.
Yeah.
Like that was
he had
that was big time stuff against Judge last night.
Big time. Big time.
But to your point, like every time you hear from Scherzer, he's like, if my thumb holds up, if my thumb holds up.
He knows what's up. Like he is equally as concerned as everybody else.
Right.
And, Eric Lauer's put a magical story. Is that going to continue? Can you get 10 more starts out of him? I don't know.
keep thinking about like a Seth Lugo type, who's I think a free agent after this year. And it's like, is he better than Gausman, Barrios?
Yeah, and it may not be about that. Like if you're going to go on a deep playoff run,
Bassett. Yeah, maybe you
need 4 guys anyway.
Yeah, so
like,
maybe you just get someone like that.
And listen, the history of this front office would suggest they put more emphasis on the rotation. That's where they've invested money. It started with Hyunjin Ryu years ago.
But that's more off-season, right?
Tanner Roark. No, I know, but my point is when you're talking about like investing, not only money, but also what capital you're going to give up to go get guys, the way Ross Atkins and Shapiro have built their pitching collateral has been an emphasis on starters and spending on starters and trying to get as deep into the game as you possibly can. So I would not be surprised at all if that's the route they end up going down, is try to find a starter that can match the other 3, steps right in. Maybe they go with a 6-man rotation for a while to allow Scherzer a little bit more rest.
Yeah.